The sun is the star at the center of our solar system and the most important celestial body for the existence of life on Earth. But what if the sun just turned off for some reason? Let's find out in today's episode of What If. If the sun were to disappear, our planet would immediately plunge into darkness. But that wouldn't be the worst consequence. In fact, in the first few hours, everything would seem relatively normal. After all, the light from the sun takes about 8 minutes to reach us, so we wouldn't notice its absence right away. But after a while, we'd start to notice that the sky was a little brighter than usual. That's because the Earth's atmosphere would no longer be heated from the sun's rays and would reflect more light from the moon and stars. And it would indeed be quite bright, since the stars are so much brighter than the moon. After 6 hours, the consequences would become more noticeable. The temperature on the Earth's surface would drop by about 3 degrees Celsius, or about 5 degrees Fahrenheit. But for a person wrapped up warmly, this wouldn't be a big problem. We'd probably be more concerned about the lack of daylight. The sky would be dark, like in the middle of the night. Even with the brightness of the stars, it would still be hard to see. But it would be enough to notice something else: the absence of wind. That's because the temperature difference between the day and night sides of the Earth causes air currents in the atmosphere called winds. Without the sun, there'd be no temperature difference and no winds. But the most noticeable change would be the absence of solar energy. It's the energy of the sun that drives the water cycle on Earth, that is, evaporation, cloud formation, and precipitation. Without the sun, these processes would stop, and all the water would fall as a gentle rain. This would lead to massive flooding across the planet. Water would also stop flowing in rivers and oceans, since the sun's energy is what makes water flow from higher elevations to lower ones. As a result, ships would be unable to sail. And now, let's imagine that it's winter. The consequences would be even worse. Snowfall would stop, which means no more snow and no skiing, snowboarding, or sledding. And since the sun is the main source of energy for plants, all agricultural crops would immediately wither and die. Although some deep water species might survive due to the energy of the decaying organic matter near the surface, most marine life would die, since the basis of almost all ocean food chains are phytoplankton, which in turn feed on sunlight. A few days without the sun would mean starvation for most marine animals, including fish. So forget about eating seafood. But what would happen next? Without the sun, Earth's orbit would change. That's because the sun's gravity keeps our planet in its place. Without the sun, the Earth would continue moving forward until it bumps into something, perhaps Mars. As a result, our planet could either collapse or get knocked out of its orbit and fly away into interstellar space. But if somehow the sun were to appear again, what would happen then? Its energy would again begin to warm the Earth's surface. But since there'd be no atmosphere to scatter the light, the whole planet would get scorched and all living things on it would die. Or maybe this isn't the end. Maybe this is just the beginning of a new life. Maybe bacteria and other microorganisms would survive, and the development of life on Earth would begin anew. Who knows? This time, let's hope that this time it'll happen without the sun going out again. Of course, in reality, such a thing is impossible. The sun will never go out. At least not until it runs out of hydrogen. And according to scientists, this will happen in about 5 billion years. But what if the sun suddenly got really angry and decided to blow up? Find out in our video, What If the Sun Exploded? And don't forget to subscribe for more videos.